Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Irish Radio, I'm Jerry Byrne, but speaking to many of the great, the good and the talented in music, now my next guest is definitely attributed to the great and the good, very, very talented gentleman, and as of recent times, a lot of notice being taken of his music and his videos, which are featured up on Facebook. From Clogh Mills in County Antrim, I'm delighted to say hello to Niall Patterson. Niall, how are you?
I'm not too bad, Jerry. Good to talk to you.
Same as that. Niall, you've been in music a while.
I've been playing music since I was 14 years of age. I started playing. There was a band called Liam McCaffrey and the Glensmen. They were a big band at that time, and during the summer holidays when I was 14, I went out and did roadie for them, carrying in the gear, setting it up, and I think that's what really gave me the kick start to play music, because I started playing guitar when I was 10, and I used to sit and listen to Philomena Begley. Brendan Quinn was my hero at that time, and I got a chance to play Brendan a few times, in later years, and I just was buzzing playing with him, although I didn't tell him that. But no, that's how I started playing music. Say when I was 14, and once that summer holidays was over, there was a lady called Clogh McGurk. She worked with the Fun Fair. She played in a band called the Fairways. Sandy Kelly's husband played in that band, and I think Sandy Kelly actually took over from Clogh whenever she left the band. And whenever she left the band, they actually stayed behind our house with the showboats, and she started this wee band called Bits and Pieces. My cousin Aloysius played drums on it, and he played about 7 or 8 years with Susan McCann. But it was Clogh more or less started me in my musical career, and then I got to play with loads of other guys after that.
Right, fascinating stuff. So you've been involved in it, like sort of from right from the show band era right up to date.
Yeah, that Liam McCaffrey band, they were a show band. They were a big band, well-known band from around the Ballymena area, and then we used to go over to England and tour. Well, more or less, we did the St Patrick's Week. You did all the Irish centres and things. You played in Leeds, Coventry, Sheffield, and that was all through Liam McCaffrey at that stage. But then we come back home. Then we went to our own wee bands, like we were actually playing in. But I was more or less at the end of the show band era. I started playing. I'm 59 now, actually.
Right.
So I'm 45 years.
Right, it's a fair old time indeed involved in it. Like, and the band you're speaking about, Liam's band, I'm aware of it. Indeed, they were a huge act at the time.
Yeah, they were. And I remember when I was doing roadie for them, sometimes Leo would maybe get 2 or 3 of the guys in the band to go on first, and I would go on and play guitar and sing with them before the actual big band come on. And I remember the drummer and the bass player and the piano player and myself went on and did maybe half an hour before the show started. And I think they get £3 a piece for it, and I get £1. Whenever I get the pound, I thought I was rich.
Right. Oh, magic.
So, he always said to me, you don't know when you're going back on stage again while you're doing this job here. He says, always make sure your shoes is shining and your fingernails is clean. And that was one of the things that stood out in my mind. Your shoes has to be shining and your fingernails has to be clean, because that's what people notice when you're on stage.
Yes, indeed, absolutely magical stuff. But it was a great experience. I mean, it was a great apprenticeship for yourself.
No question about it. And Leo's band leader was a guy called Seamus Richmond, and Seamus lives in the same village as me. And whenever Liam McCaffrey's band broke up a few years later, we started up, Seamus started a band called Country Cream, and it was more or less the breakup of Leo's band, and I was playing lead guitar in that band. And I had some great years. Seamus was a fantastic fiddle player. And as I say, I learned a hell of a lot from him. And what I learned in them early days stands by me now, because I'm fit to read a crowd. Through the years, you're fit to go on there, and you knew what music to play because of that upbringing I had in my early days. Because a lot of the guys now can come in, and some of them doesn't play instruments. You work with laptops and stuff, and they're great. Don't get me wrong, they're great singers, and their voice is their instrument, but they haven't the same. I think if they're going to do a dance situation, they might not be fit to call the shots, because they haven't got that experience of doing your old time waltzes, your foxtrots, your quick steps, your poppy stuff. So I think that stands by me. Well, I hope it does.
Indeed. Well, certainly, but you've spent all these years involved in it, so it definitely has had to. Now, in lockdown, you've been putting up videos and all the rest of it on on Facebook, and that getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, well, it's something I never really was into. Was doing that sort of things, and there's people looking at me to do live broadcasts, and I don't know. I might start it. Well, I still think it could be a good while before we are back on stage again. So it's something I might look at to do a live broadcast, because I did one along with the girl, Shona Kearns. She's sort of a Shona Kearns lockdown page, and I played on her first anniversary, and I got sort of good comments. Because I'm okay even talking to you here in a minute. I'm not really one for talking on stage. I like just doing my bit and trying to get through to ones, but I haven't got the gift of the patter. Some guys are brilliant on stage. They're fit to tell stories about songs. That I haven't got that over the years. So I just like singing. I actually like being in the background, actually backing people singing.
Right.
And it's just since this lockdown came that I can't do that, and I started putting up wee videos, sitting up in my studio up in the garage upstairs, doing wee things just to keep my hand on. That's the only reason I did this.
Right.
Otherwise, these things wouldn't have come out at all.
Yes, well done on it. It's good to see you. Good to see now that you when you can't be out doing it live, that you're doing your bit and putting up the videos in the various places, and great to see it. Well done.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, there's some people that's come in and sent me lovely messages. Older people who's been sitting in their house and can't get out, and they watch the videos, and it sort of picks them up and makes you sort of feel good when that happens.
Indeed. So
you're doing something to please somebody.
Indeed, excellent stuff indeed, and it's great to be able to do it. I think one thing that we're very, very fortunate in, that we've got the technology today in order to be able to do it. It's an amazing the things that we can do. It's amazing, the people that we can reach through technology today.
That's true. Well, I'm not very high tech at all. That's my problem. And it's something I probably should have done, during this lockdown. Would have been getting into a bit more high tech and learn how to do work with computers and work with my music and do better things with it. But my children's fit to do it, so I depend on them.
Right.
To sort of keep me right. But it's probably something I should be looking at, Jerry, to be honest.
Indeed.
Because it's the way forward.
Indeed it is. Yes, indeed it is. Very, 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 very much so. And it's good to see that you're still much into the music after all these years, and that you're still doing some recordings and performances, albeit remotely. It's well done on it.
Thank you. I've always loved country music, and in fairness, now there was times. Even just before the lockdown, I was getting to a stage, and I said to my wife, how long can I keep doing this? And there's nights I can't be bothered going out tonight. And yet when I went out, you had a good gig and you were buzzing coming home. And but there still was nights you think, no, it's a young man's game, and I can't stick this for much longer. But see, when you hit this lockdown, you're chomping at the bit to go back out again.
Indeed so, yes. It's given
that's making my mind up for me.
Indeed, it's given everybody a whole new perspective on everything.
Yep, it has, surely.
Definitely. Definitely. Now, listeners, but lovely to chat to you. Well done on everything that you've done and are indeed doing. As soon as it's safe to do so, hope to see you in action someplace along the winding path on a stage.
It would be great, Jerry. I'm just looking to get my CDs out there to try and get them shifted. That's all I'm trying to do at the minute, to put food on the table.
Indeed. And if somebody wants any more information, all they've got to do is go on your page, Niall Patterson, on Facebook.
Yeah, that's all they have to do.
Lovely stuff.
Jerry, thank you very much for inviting me to do this talk. Thank you very much.
Real pleasure, Niall. Thank you indeed. Wishing you all the success in the world.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.